What's up guys, Zenari here, and today I wanted to talk about a new promo that has just been revealed for Lyrical Monasterio. Sometime later this year or next year we'll be getting it, but I think it's a very important card that we need to talk about, and it's probably one of the stronger cards that have been revealed for this type of support towards these Grade 4 decks. So the card I'm talking about is Gazing Off at the Stars, Rising in the Night, Jasmine. So this card has two abilities. Act Rigor Circle. If you have a card with Kairi, if you have a Kairi Vanguard, your opponent's Vanguard is grade 3 or greater. Cost -1. Search your deck, soul, or drop zone for up to one grade 4 unit with Kairi in its card name and write it as stand. Return this unit to your deck and shuffle your deck. And Guardian Circle, continuous. If you have a grade 4 Vanguard with Kairi in its card name, this unit gets shield plus 10,000. So compared to all the other well, I guess grade 4 searcher clones, this one I think is by far one of the strongest, just because of how versatile and how it increases the deck's like capacity in deck building. For grade 4 Kairi, you often had to run 4 Kairi, as most of the grade 4 decks did. There wasn't any searchers for them. But most importantly, unless he was against prison, your extra grade 4s didn't really matter. Other grade 4 decks, you could have re-rolled them to have more soul to use for certain conditions, like Bruce or Magnolia to get more cards like Inlet out of your soul. Bastion also used it as a card to call or just for its cost. Prison used Seraph Snow to be able to take more cards out of your opponent's hand and board and soul to put them into prison, and so on and so forth. But Kairi was the only one that you just kind of rode once and that was kind of it. Now with this card, you don't have to run so many copies of Kairi anymore, of the grade 4. You could run at least like 2 or 3 if you're actually that worried, since this card is actually a card in your deck that has shield, as well as if your opponent is grade 3 already and you ride a grade 3, if you have this in your hand, you essentially skip your grade 3 turn and you're able to just ride this from your deck. So why this is really important, because Kairi's grade 3 turn is probably one of the most lackluster of the grade 4s, just because you're not able to multi-attack as hard as other decks, and other decks has been supported with a lot of good staple generic cards, while Kairi's been a very long time since set 2, ever since the grade 4 has been released. And even so, the power level of the game has risen so high that not even those cards are good anymore. Like Melty is still a good card to be able to draw and plus, but cards like La Plume is only really good on your grade 4 turn, and Kairi was just a very slow deck, just because you had to run those extra cards or cards to be able to have to draw consistently into your grade 4 Kairi. Now with this card, this is just extra 4 copies of Kairi in your deck. It's also a grade 1, so you can have it on your Rigor Circle early game or Rushware early game. Any other cards that like recur from drop zone later, you can get it back if it's like retired or anything. And as well as it just searches your deck, so you compress your deck even further of non-shieldless units. So this helps Kairi out a lot, just to be able to minimize the amount of grade 4s you have in your deck as shieldless cards, as well as she gains shield, so she becomes basically a trigger unit in value when guarding. So what does this mean for the deck? I don't believe the deck will like become tier 1 or anything, or like skyrocket because of this. I believe Kairi needs a little bit more power when it comes to the rear guards. Then again, it's sort of like Bermuda-esque that most of the rear guards don't provide as much power. More so, all of the power is coming from the Vanguard and allow you to multi-attack. However, depending on what we get in Lyrical Set 4 or any other cards that they just reveal that's generic enough to work with Kairi, I think Kairi can be a very good deck. Not at the same power level as Wallista, but somewhere around that ballpark when it comes to that. As well as we now have an order or Regalis piece that's able to search for Kairi from your hand. So if you do have Kairi from that order, you're able to call grade 3 and just add the grade 4 to your hand. So you can have up to 4 of this. You have up to 4 of your main grade 4 Kairi if you want. And you can have one of the Regalis piece. So you have technically 9. Well, yeah, technically like 7 to 8 copies of grade 4 Kairi in your deck if you wanted to go that hard into finding it. But like I said, this opens up space in your deck, so you're able to run more techie cards or more cards that will help you survive or close the game more. Like I said before, I don't think this will push Kairi up like in the tier list or power level, but this is just a good, nice consistency buff, as well as it just compresses your deck of shield full cards rather than shieldless cards. So that's all I wanted to say about this card. I really like the art. I think the promo is really amazing. Me myself, I probably won't be playing this playing Kairi as much as I wanted to. One day I might, but we'll see what happens when this promo is revealed. I mean, released in Japan, and if she makes a wave in the meta. So with that being said, if you like the video, like, subscribe, and tell me your thoughts about the new promo Jasmine. So with that being said, I'm Zenarion, and I sign off.